What's up guys, it's Marco here. We're back today with the third video for the Java tutorial series. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of refactoring of our old code from last time, and we're going to be using the graphics package to draw a stoplight. So let's just get right into it. We're going to go into our old tip calculator that we wrote last time, and here we have our code. So as I mentioned last time, there are a few error cases in which code could go wrong, and the two ones that I'm going to name is if the cost of your bill is negative, because you can't have a negative cost, so why would we want to do the logic if the cost is negative, and if the quality of service is either below 0 or greater than 3, in which case we don't really want to do anything. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add some if-else clauses so that we can catch those in case the user inputs something or they're trying to do something funky. So we're going to do if cost is less than 0, we're going to print out, so you have your brackets there, okay, system so that takes care of the first clause if the if the cost is below 0, and then the other clause is, do that with an else if the rating is either greater than 0 or greater than 3. So the way we can do that is we can do if what's it called, rating is less than 0, right? Or, and the way to do or operators in Java is to have the two vertical lines, usually right above the enter key, but that means or right here. That guy. Anyways, or rating is greater than 3. Okay. Now we can put our brackets, bracket, okay, and now we can print out quality rating must be 0, 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Now, if these two conditions, what's it called, the way we have the code right now is this code will still execute even though we have these error cases. So what we want to do is if neither of these cases are true, which means that the cost is a positive number and the rating is between 0, 1, 2, 3, then we want to do this. Otherwise we don't want to do anything. So the way we're going to do that is we're just going to toss all this code into an else clause. So we can do, after the else if, we do else, and we do our brackets, and then we're just going to put that whole block we have right in there. So control copy, delete it, it's gone momentarily, and we put it in there. Now, one trick to auto indent your code and format is to do Control Shift I, and that'll get your code nice and formatted. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and test that, and we're going to do that by going over here, compiling, and running void made. So we can put our name, so it's going to be Marco. What is the cost of your bill? So let's do -50 just to test it, right? And then let's do the quality of service. Let's just do 0 for that one. And then as you can see, we can't input anything else, and it says the cost must be a positive number. Now we can close that, and then we can try that again, except now we can do 400, that's a positive number, and now we can do 6. So you have a quality of 6 rating. And now there we go. Now it doesn't run the block of code that actually does the logic part, and it catches it. So we're done with this guy now. we're gonna go ahead and do the next part of our lesson, which is to draw a traffic light. So let's do that. So let's firstly let's close the our old piece of code, and then over here we're going to do a new project, and we're gonna call it traffic light. Path already exists. For me it already exists, so I'll do traffic light 1, but you guys just do traffic light, that'll be chill. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so the next part we need to do is, and this is going to be new to you guys, is to import the graphics package. So to do that, just open up your Internet Explorer. I use Google Chrome, and just type in Hortsmann graphics. And then it'll be the first response. And now we're going to download this file right here from this link. And it'll go in right there. Once you have it unzipped, you'll have the graphics and pictures. We only want the graphics, which has all these classes in here. So the way to do that is we go back to our BlueJ, and we go to our class, and then we're going to go over here, project, import. And now you can see my old traffic light class in there. Don't worry about that though. We can import our graphics package. So you select it and it'll import all these files. Now you can go ahead and compile. Now the next thing we want to do is we're going to create a new class, and we're going to call it traffic light viewer, so we can view our traffic light. Viewer, okay, boom, class. We have this guy, and now we can delete everything inside here except the class declaration, and we can leave that there. And now we're gonna do how we usually do is public static void main string array args. Okay, so now we're set up, so now we can delete this, and we can just write using the graphics package, namely rectangle, circle, and color class, create a traffic light. Oh, let's do it then to create a traffic light. Okay, so we're compiled and we're good to go, and we're good to start coding pretty much. So to draw a traffic light, what we're going to do is I'll show you guys a bit about the graphics package as well. So this basically allows you to draw colors, draw shapes, draw lines, work with pictures. It has a lot of functionality. It's still pretty basic though, but we're going to be using the a rectangle to draw our traffic light. And all we really need is this method right here. And so we're going to be creating a rectangle object which has 4 arguments, the x, the y, width, and height. And you can see here the author of the code, which is Hortsmann, has a params and everything. So this is how usually a method looks like when you're working with actual classes and stuff. So we're going to be using this over here in our code. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our traffic light viewer, and we're going to create a rectangle. So to create a rectangle is to say name of the class rectangle, name of the variable. So rectangle box is equal to new rectangle. And so if we look back at our rectangle class, we need 4 arguments, which is the x coordinate, the y coordinate, the width, and the height. So we can go ahead and just minimize that guy, minimize this guy, close this guy, close that guy. Okay, we're back. New rectangle. And now we're gonna do just add in these arguments 50, 20, 20, and 60. Close that guy. So what this guy's gonna do is it's gonna create a rectangle at the coordinates 50, 20, and then it's gonna have a width of 20 and a height of 60. So if we go back to our BlueJ and we actually oh wait, we need to draw it first. That's right. So all we really need to do is call box.draw, and that's gonna actually draw the box, and that's what we need. So now we go back to our traffic light viewer, compile it, run void main, and somewhere is, oh, you can see it here. It's pretty small, but you can see the rectangle right there. And now all we really need to do is add in the lights. So it's pretty simple. The process is pretty much the same, except instead of rectangles, it's going to be ellipses. Because if we go back, there's no circle. There's only ellipse, but an ellipse, if you guys remember, is just a circle is a special type of ellipse. So here we go back. Ellipse, and then we'll call this one red is equal to new ellipse, so it's almost the same thing. And then the arguments are going to be the same, I believe. Almost the same, so 50. Instead of 20, it's 40. Oh, no. Still 20. Yeah, it's the same spot still. Dimensions are 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, so now we have our red one. Now what we can do is set the color of it. So you guys can explore in these classes as well. We go into the color class. Get blue. No, it's not the one we want. Let's see. You guys can explore around in there, but all we really need to do is call red.setColor. I don't know where the setColor method is, but it's somewhere in there. And to set the color, the argument that it takes inside is color.red. And so, oh no, red has to be capitalized. There we go. Color.red. So basically this process is repeated again for the boom, boom, because check it out. Red, and then it goes yellow, and then it goes green, right? And the only argument that changes between these is where you actually draw it. So this one you draw it at the coordinate 40. So 50, 20, 50, 40, and then finally 50, 60. And remember that when you're working with the coordinate system here, it's x is still forward, like you have your Cartesian, so x is still forward, and your y coordinate, when it goes positive, it goes down. So if you have positive y, that means it's going to draw it down to the screen. So 0, 0 is your top corner, and then once you start going up positive in the x direction, it moves towards the middle, and if you go positive in the y direction, it goes down. So let's go ahead and finish this problem so you guys can see actually what's gonna happen. Alright, we need to set the colors, so it's pretty much the same thing. We can just copy paste. Boom, boom. Instead of red, it's gonna be our yellow. Instead of this red, it's gonna be green. Oh, I wrote green. What the fuck? Green. Okay. Color.red. Red, yellow, and then green. Don't forget to capitalize. Okay. Awesome. And now lastly we need to we need to fill them up first. So okay, so what's it called? Red.fill. That's a method just to fill in, because instead of having an outline, you can actually fill the color. So you'll see that in a second. Red.fill, yellow.fill, and green.fill. Pile. So let's try running it, see what we have so far. There we go. We have our little traffic light, and of course you guys can make it any size you guys want. Play around with these values right here. and see what you guys get. But that's pretty much it for this guy. We're gonna just do let's see it one more time. We have a little traffic light here. So we use most of the graphics package. We use the ellipse, we use the color rectangle. Let me use the text class real quick just to show you guys. You guys can pretty much do anything in the graphics package. I'm gonna do this right here. We're gonna use the text class, and I'm gonna do just a little shout out right here to a few of my supporters, Tuo and Ryu. Thank you guys. And let's draw it as well. Box.draw. It's gonna be called shoutout.draw. Compile it. Go back to our class and void main, and there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I haven't decided what we're gonna do next time, but it'll probably be something fun. Anyways, guys, this is Marco here, your new developer, and I will see you guys next time.